Hello, my name is Khalil Williams, and let's jump straight into it. I am currently a teacher at West Philadelphia High School. Um, I am currently on an emergency permit, and I am working towards earning my master's in secondary education with a STEM focus. Without further ado, our topic this week is mostly about professionalism, and we're discussing depositions as educators. So based on my understanding of my own depositions, I'm going to respond to the following questions. First, what is the teacher's role in supporting learning, improving planning and practice, as well as upholding professional expectations and collaboratively advancing the profession? So first of all, I have a huge commitment to students and their learning. I must demonstrate my commitment in class by being a professional in all means. So I must show self-determination and autonomy. I must demonstrate high expectations for all of my students. I must also demonstrate my belief that all students can learn and value the assets and resources that all students bring to the classroom. I will also attempt to provide services at all levels to all of my students to show that students have the ability to use strategies and supports to facilitate their own learning, their own functioning, and convey high learning within my classroom. I also expect to incorporate a high level of autonomy for students within the classroom to circumvent their own behaviors. So basically, I will create an environment where students don't have to behave bad, and I will have high expectations for them to behave good. That will come through a lot of learning, a lot of practice, a lot of positive reinforcement. That's a big one. Sorry, kind of had a brain fart. Another one is I receive and act upon professional feedback. I will be willing to receive all professional feedback from all of my colleagues, and I will also be able to act upon that feedback. Another thing is, a big one is how would I advance the profession, or at least work in collaborative environments? Well, I will demonstrate that I am a professional, right? That goes from appearances to ethical practices and just my demeanor overall. So that's a big one for me. Another one is I will communicate effectively and professionally. I will engage in effective and professional communication. I will use professional language in all situations, ensuring that communications are free from bias, and that's a big thing we're going to get into later. And I will meet the needs of diverse learners. I will collaborate with others in a positive, professional manner. I would demonstrate positive rapport with others and contribute to group efforts. I also will show great respect for others. And last but not least, I will demonstrate cultural competence and interactions with others. I will show my ability to act and communicate in an effective manner that enhances the educational opportunities for all students and their families, especially those who represent diversity. Their language and actions should be free. Their language as students will be free of bias, because I will lead by example with my language being free from bias. I will not show bias towards them, thus hopefully they will not show bias towards others. So let's jump into the next one. What depositions do you currently possess that will make me a successful teacher? A big one for me would be content. I'm big on content and big on staying true to content. So that's a big one for me. Another one is showing cultural sensitivity, being aware that our students come from different cultural environments. I am in Philadelphia. Students come from everywhere, showing cultural sensitivity. Another is respect and positivity, right? Spreading positivity, being nice, saying the nice things. Students like that, other colleagues like that. That will also build a better collaborative and positive learning environment. Next question, what effect could personal biases have on teaching and learning? That's a big question. I have some notes for this one. This is a big one for me. However, I will answer it very shortly. Teacher bias can be seen in all different ways. It can come from you calling on certain students more than once, or even saying things, expecting things from students because they come from a certain ethnic background, right? So to avoid that, one big one is reflection, all right? Because teachers will make mistakes. So first you go in educated, as much educated as you possibly can, and try to stay free from bias by calling on all students and being very aware of how you treat different students. But then looking at how students interacted or reacted to the way you taught, and then reflect on that, right? This lesson, pushed too much on this student, or did I ask a question, expect so much from this student because we talked about this, right? Reflecting on this and becoming better, that's a big one to avoid, or at least change the way we are culturally biased. Another one is reflecting on your own professional depositions. I'm going to reflect on my own professional depositions related to education, explaining how I uphold and adhere to academic and professional integrity as a teacher candidate and as a future teacher. Integrity can be seen as many things. I look at it purely as honesty, right? Honesty from within, staying true to yourself, but be willing to change, understanding the environment around you. And honestly, a big one is being humble, right? Being really willing to change, understanding when you're wrong and being honest about it to those around you and to yourself, right? That's the only way you can grow. Academic integrity, when you talk about that specifically, a big one for me is making sure my students know where their level's at and make sure I can appropriately disseminate the information, let them know where they're at content-wise, where they stand at, and be honest about it so we can move on from there. So no academic dishonesty will ever occur. Really big on integrity. And I'm gonna sum up the video right there. I have tons of education depositions, and I have tons of, as I said depositions, excuse me. I hope I wasn't saying that the whole time. Dispositions. I apologize for that, a little nervous. Nevertheless, that's about the end of my video. I have tons of, philosophies to education, but most of them stand around respect, positivity, honesty, and definitely disseminating content effectively and without bias. So I hope that really summed it up, because I was starting a bit and it's like 100th time making a video. Thank you. My name is once again Khalil Williams, and hope that